it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. A bit of a theme lately has been talking about my thought process in playing and looking at the results. One of the things that is discussed as creators, YouTubers, etc., Twitch, not so much Twitch, we were watching live gameplay, but no kidding for YouTube. It's very cherry-picked games. I'm going to show you games where I make good decisions. I do try to show you games where I do bad decisions. That's kind of the Miserable Monday series. And occasionally I'll break down an entire game where I just potato. But truth of the matter is, over time, with a 58% win rate, and recently more like 56, all right, so being completely honest, that still puts me in the top 2 to 5% of the game. So I have some pretty decent success. And the reason for that is, over time, making more good decisions than most people. But it's not very many more. That's what's interesting about this game. When you're talking about 100% win rate being the top and 0% being the bottom, and everybody living within really about 45 to 65%. There are not a whole lot of differences in decision making, at least in terms of numbers of good decisions that differentiate the 65 from the 45. Sort of. If you're talking 60%, that person's making a significant number of good decisions over a 45%er. But for us that live in that kind of 50 to 60 range, 48 to 60-ish area, it can be very little. And when you start talking about percentages, a 55 to a 56% player, it's not very many, but it exists, right? So it is a reality that people who make better decisions more often are going to have a higher win rate. Okay, there are other things that come into it. There's the tier you play, the kind of tanks you play, the specific kinds of tanks within classes, the specific kind of tank that you play within the class, good premiums versus garbage ones, things like that. But all else being equal, right? All that other stuff being equal, two different players, the guy with the higher percentage win rate over time has made a few more good decisions than you have. That's just how it works, all right? That's just the reality of it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I showed you a Lorraine game where I made some pretty good decisions and had a good result with a Ace Mastery a couple days back. I'm going to show you a Burza game. I'm back to some of my tier 6s because Battle Pass is over, and some of these guys are getting pretty close to the 100 battles. So unfortunately with a tier 6, you max out your Battle Pass points pretty quickly. So unfortunately, I'm not able to continue. Well, I could play them, but I wouldn't get any more Battle Pass points, right? You do 100, then you get your extra 15, and it's over. So what happens is I play these until I get the 100 points, I shelve them. So there's probably 5 or 6 of these tier 6s that aren't quite to 100 battles yet. The Burza is one of them. That was a long explanation for that information, wasn't it? I quite like this. This is a bit of a monster at tier 6. It's the Polish TD. Thing about it is it doesn't have the star shell thing going on, the tier 6 and the tier... I've lost complete control of my mouse. What is happening? Okay, well, some crazy thing has gone on. I'm not going to be able to point. Anywho's, I have no idea what has happened here. Some kind of replay shenanigans. Interestingly, the replay that said it wasn't going to work because of an old version that I did 2 days ago did not have that problem, but this one with the new version does. Right. Decision making. I'm going to take this thing up here. It's all tier 6 battle. This thing has a pretty good gun, nice reload, good armor. I'm feeling like I can make a difference up here in this north corner. All right. That's the decision that I've made. It has okay mobility. If things start going badly, because we are getting a significant number of bad guys in here, then we'll bail out, fall back to the spawn, and then worry about the cap. Now, I want you to watch the whole map, because I was not. This is part of what I wanted to talk about right here. The Junu's shooting the little gun at 135. I don't have a lot of fear of that gun, to be honest with you. It doesn't hit hard, and it doesn't have a whole lot of pin. I'm backslope, and I have some pretty thick armor, and this guy does not seem to realize the danger that he's in. Also, RNG is smiling upon me. So we absolutely trade well there, 607 for nothing. And he's not interested in that anymore. All right, so he bails. I'm going to push up. I've lost a friend. I only have 2 friends now. I have an AMT down there. There's a 5916. The AMT is harassing the 5916. That's helpful. Looks like he's also harassing the P43. The Junus come around. I don't know where the Su-100 or the Skoda are. They were headed this direction originally. So I see the 5916. He's moving over to that spot, and that is completely exposed to this spot right here. He doesn't actually know until now that I've pushed up. I light him on fire, get a few more hit points, and he survives. Oh my gosh. So automatic kit or his crew stopped it at a hit point, and he gets 5 HE on us. I don't think pushing down is a great idea. There's something going on I did not notice, right? If you look at the UI right now, you have probably noticed it. I have not noticed it. Things are going well here, decision-making wise, though. Now there's a T-78. This is one of the worries with this position. That is actually coming all the way from their sniper point. If you scooch a little forward here, you will be drawn on people who are sitting down. My mouse is back. Look at that, just like that. You'll be drawn by the guys that are sitting in that position. See how that line is right at the edge of that? So just so happens in this position, if you scooch forward to get shots or poke around the corner or whatever, they will then draw you. They can see you on the map and maybe even guess, and it's pretty easy to look back here and look at the elevation anyway and get shots. So I'm not really interested in sitting here any longer and allowing that guy to shoot me. Taking a bit of a chance that nobody's sitting there, but I have to get out of there. And also, things are not going well. I see the Su-100 is pushed in. The Skoda has no hit points. I don't want to hold here alone. I'm out of here. Really worried that I'm going to get shot in the back, but the Su-100 does not seem to be that interested in pushing around the corner. Plus, he already does me a solid and thumps him one. So we're going to bail out of this thing. We got 1,022 hit points. Decision making, right? Flexibility. I went to the north. I had a reason. I paid attention to where the enemy team deployed. We fought. Things didn't go great. I got 1,000 damage. We did sort of, well, we slowed them down. I was going to say we beat them. We didn't beat them, right? They own the terrain. We're out of here. Me and the 12T. Hopefully 12T lives. Flex back down. Either sit on where the spawn is, kind of where the Excalibur is, and try to help stop the push if they come around the corner, or push down towards the cap. Again, I haven't noticed what the thing that's going on. And this is one of the things about making good decisions and learning how to play the game, is not missing these things, right? We all miss them, but I completely missed this. Turns out it didn't hurt me in terms of win rate, but in terms of decision making for the team, wasn't the best decision. I'm gonna try to get this dude. There we go. Nope, doesn't matter. Oh, look at this guy's. He's coming down the hill. Oh, wait for the oh, come on, baby. Oh, a little bit of palsy. And that's where I noticed it. Base captured, guys. Oh my gosh. Base captured. The 3 guys on cap, I looked at them. I think I have the cards for this. You'll see them after this. 2 not really good players, I think, new. 1 decent player, new. Maybe one of the bad players had a bunch of battles. I don't remember exactly. But they've capped. All right, we got the W. Decision making. I assessed that the decision making was decent up to that point. I don't know if I'd have noticed the cap if I'd have left earlier. Because what would have done me? Get on the cap and help? Maybe try to stay up there and get some shots on guys and get some more damage. I don't know. I don't think I would have taken that choice, because the expectation on a fast cap like this with a 304 involved, like how did they cap this out with a 304 and a Su-8 involved in the game? I didn't look at their damage. Maybe they were AFK. Looks like the 304 is forward. Insane that we actually got away with this. This is one of the low percentage plays. We've talked about that too in the past. You can do this. You can do it, and situationally sometimes you might look at it and go, well, that's probably our best way to win. But this was looking like a decent game. We had this thing kind of sorted out, or at least we were competitive, and the guys end up fast capping, right? So early on, decent decision making. Thought the execution on analyzing what was going up here in the north and getting out of there before getting run over was good. Lost SA on the fact that they were fast capping. Don't think there was much I could do about the fast cap. Really, the expectation would have been, had I noticed it, I would have expected a reset at any point. And then my decision to head back here and get back on this hill and either stop this push or then flow back over near the cap would have been just as solid at that point, because really, it's a low percentage play and we kind of stole one. Now, break. The other reason I don't like this kind of gameplay is it's very detrimental to people trying to do damage missions or trying to do block missions or missions in general, trying to 3-mark their tanks. or even just mark their tanks, trying to get credits, trying to get experience, all those things. All this does is get a W. And while I appreciate that, this early in a match, I just find it to be very silly. I find it to be very silly. Again, maybe those guys needed to win. I suppose there is an argument that those three guys had win a game. And if you sat down and played 5 games and lost them all, right? And you're just like, dude, I just need this for my daily, and you just screw it, I'm piling on cap. You know, you never know the motivations for each of the 30 players. Well, yeah, theoretically, you know one of them, right? Theoretically, you know yours. Sometimes we don't even know ours. So let's just call it 29 and a half, right? You don't know the motivations of 29 and a half people in the game. But there you go. Just wanted to look at it. So this was one that went okay for me, I think decision-wise, but not particularly good, but also expands the idea in here of thinking that, remember, the other people are making decisions in the game as well, and you don't have a whole bunch of control over that. All right, that's all I've got. Have a great one. We will. See ya.